is going on, guys? I just got back from Blue Beetle, and in Blue Beetle we follow Jaime Reyes coming home from college to make a name for himself. That and being handed a blue alien scarab that bonds with him, turning him into the superhero Blue Beetle. Moving on the characters, a lot of people were wondering if Xolo Maridueña has what it takes to lead a big superhero film, especially when he's not that big of a star and known mostly for his work on Cobra Kai. But after seeing the film, I can tell you without a doubt, he's got it, and he brings it in this movie. Xolo as Jaime Reyes is very funny, very charming, and very relatable. He just wants to have a better life for him and his family at a young age, just like everyone. But not only does he kick ass as Jaime Reyes, he also kicks ass as Blue Beetle. I love how the suit was practical so you can get every bit of emotion through his eyes, mouth, and his body language. Especially at parts where it gets serious, you can really feel that emotion through him and the suit. So Xolo Maridueña does a fantastic job, and you're really moved by his performance. Moving on to the rest of the Reyes family, they're all great in here as well. This movie is very focused on family, and you really feel that love for the family and very welcomed and invited from the second you see them on screen. But a few standouts here was George Lopez's character, Uncle Rudy. He is very funny and very smart in this film, and he also plays a conspiracy theorist who is very nervous that someone's either watching or listening to him, and he just plays his part very well. So George Lopez was great. Another character that stood out in this film was Belisa Escobedo, who plays Merlago, which is Jaime Reyes' sister. She is a very loving sister, and she plays her part as well very great, and she's funny. But getting into the final character that really stood out in this film was Bruno Marquezini's character, Jenny Cord, which is the daughter of Ted Cord. And if you're a fan of Ted Cord, he's referenced in this movie a lot from beginning to end. So if you're a Ted Cord fan, stay to that. Jumping back on Jenny's character, she plays her part very well. She's trying to make sure her father's business doesn't fall into the wrong hands. And she's also the one responsible who gives Jaime Reyes his powers. Overall, she is very lovable, and I definitely want to see more of her character on screen. Jumping into our villains here, we have two villains, but our main villain, it's Susan Sarandon as Victoria Card. Susan Sarandon's character in here is very average. She doesn't feel that intimidating, and she's just really an average and forgettable villain. So overall, she was okay. Getting into our other villain, Conrad Carapax. He looks fucking sick. His suit design is amazing. He's very menacing. The actor that plays him is very great and looks really scary. And when he's in the suit, he's very menacing. You do get a little bit of his backstory, but I wish we could have got even more because he was just a really interesting character, and it's a shame we didn't get to see a lot more on him because I thought he was cool. Jumping into action, it was spectacular. There's no better way to say it. I haven't seen action like this in a comic book movie in such a long time. So many great weapons were made by the Scarab, the gift to Jaime, the fight against Carapax. And it was just really cool seeing the suit form in the different shapes and weapons. But not only that, the hand-to-hand combat action was great in here as well, and you definitely see Xolo's Cobra Kai training come into play in those scenes. Also, if you're a fan of Injustice 2, there are a lot of moves Blue Beetle uses in here that are used from the Blue Beetle character in that video game, and that was so cool to see on screen. I just love the action. It was amazing. Going into comedy was actually really good in this film, and I didn't expect it to be good at all because usually comedy in these superhero movies are really hit or miss, but this one was actually really good, and there are a lot of jokes that really push that PG-13 rating to the max, which is really surprising. So overall, the comedy was good. Moving on to VFX, the VFX were really great in this film. I cannot stress that enough. The CGI on the suit looked so beautiful, and the suit looks really good, and that's mostly to it being practical, but when the CGI is added on, it looks even better. And another thing about the CGI that I really liked, that it was used properly and only used to enhance scenes like action scenes or close-up facial scenes of the Blue Beetle suit. So that's something they really did well, especially when you look at the budgets of other big superhero movies that have a higher budget and they have like shitty CGI in that, especially The Flash. What the fuck went wrong? Who let that baby scene happen? I just don't understand how you let that happen. But overall, the CGI was great. Moving on to the music slash score in this film, it was really good in here as well. Lots of great song choices of old songs and new songs. I also liked how it kind of had a techno vibe to it, but one song they were definitely missing, and I can't believe how they messed this up, was definitely the song Lowrider Ear Rape Edition. But even though they didn't add that, the music was still good. Moving on to emotion in this movie, the emotion in this film is just okay. Might tear up at certain points in this movie, but the plot is very predictable, so when those moments happen on screen, they don't feel as impactful as they should. Overall, the emotion was just okay. Overall, Blue Beetle was a fun classic origin movie, though it does struggle in the story department for being generic and predictable, also has a villain problem, and the emotional beats don't hit as I would like them to be due to the predictable plot. But even with all that, Blue Beetle still shines through those problems with its lovable cast, great action, great comedy, VFX, and score. I'm gonna give Blue Beetle an 8 out of 10. So that's it for my movie review on Blue Beetle. Please tell me down below what you thought of my review, whether you liked it or not, and whether you liked the movie or not. I would really like to hear from you. Please make sure to go down there, like, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you guys in the next video.